Hey guys, Colsonhead here, and we're back again. We're licensed to chill. Croc's gonna get his license to relax, basically, in this level. Yeah, it's a. Did they not tell you they have? No, they don't have any of these levels. I get really confused here. The first time I played through this, I remembered exactly what I had to do. This time, I completely forgot what I had to do. So there's a beautiful death. I love how he dies if he's just doing nothing. He's just like, like I just need to sleep. I'm just gonna go sleep. Anyway, hop across these crates here. Don't break any of them, because you can't get up to this last crate without the other crates, and that gets you a gobbo. The other crates, they contain just normal crystals, so don't worry about them too much. And if you hop over here, there's a nice little pyramid of things with a got a crystal in, a gobbo in, and yeah, that's about it. You'll also notice to your left there's a door with a gold key. Now, the first time I recorded this level, I remembered this, and you're meant to go from the start, go into the next section, grab the gold key, and come back. Which I completely forgot, and I was going to edit out of this episode, but I thought without it would have been another 10-minute episode, so I'll just leave it in, carrying on with it anyway. But yeah, it's a bit of a, you got to run all the way back up here. If you go down there first, it's not the end of the world, obviously. It's just a bit of a time waste. Well, not really a time waste. Well, yeah, it's not a time waste, but later on it's a time waste, and this is just making no sense. I think there's a secret level down there. If you stay on that raft and you drop off, you'll get onto one of them platforms with one of those bonus areas with all those lives. But again, there's no point. I think I make a really bad jump here. Onto the raft, onto the other raft. I can make this! I can make this! I can make... No, I can't make this. Oops. But yeah, just play it careful. It's quite an awkward jump. These are quite awkward anything made of ice here are quite awkward platforms to jump to, because again you've got to be like face on with the edge of the platform in order to get a good grab on it, which can be a bit awkward. But just take your time, just breathe. Yeah, there is a platform down there. I thought so. If you stay on, I think it's this side nearest to us, and just let the raft vanish below you, you'll land down here. These flying Dantinis, they don't do anything, but if you touch them, obviously you will take a hit. And I thought, you know what, suicide's a great option to get back to the... that's quite a good way. If you're quite away into a room and you want to make your way back and you don't care about... You've got enough lives and you don't care about crystals, just take the hit and you'll just walk back to the start of the area. Can be a pain in the ass at some points for later levels when you're like quite away and you miss that last jump and you're back at the well or the door or the thing, whatever you kill out of. But don't worry about it too much. So going back down here, we'll unlock this golden door, and this will reveal the minigame of the yeah, another minigame, I know, but it's another one of the ones from lava, you know, where you jump on the buttons, and it's actually quite easy. I think once you've done it once, you can remember what you're doing, and you can almost kind of figure out the patterns. Like here, I thought it was going back to the middle, but it wasn't at the far right. But you can sort of almost read the patterns of where you're going to sort of like middle. Stomp there, I don't know why. But again, you can miss like 4 or 5 of the penguins before you risk losing the gobbo and getting lives, so don't worry too much. I know right at the end this one picks quite a bit, and I think I missed one of the last wave because I sort of go right, middle, left, middle, right, and I missed one. But it's not the end of the world, don't worry, you'll be fine. Like I say, you can miss a couple before you even risk losing the gobbo. Just use the D-pad. Don't get any fancy analog going because you'll just fall off. Try not to push the forward and back buttons, and you get a gobbo. Yeah, lovely gobbo. Gobbo. I do love the gobbos. They're so cute. I don't. If anyone can tell me where you can get like a little plushie gobbo, I would love you forever. Because I'd love a little plushie. I love a little plushie Croc personally. Croc. It's just amazing. It's just awesome. But yeah, like why didn't they bring it back? Why haven't they done a Croc 3, like an updated one? I guess everything's really gritty now. You need to be like a Call of Duty or a fucking Halo. Platformers don't really seem to get anything like they used to do in terms of love. I mean, platformers back in the day, they were brilliant. Everyone played platformers, but I guess like first-person shooters weren't any good or any cop, or they hadn't really turned up at this moment in time. It was, you ever played platformers, or you played RPGs or fighting games on the PlayStation. That was about it, or the N64 even for that matter. I don't really remember any early first-person shooters. I guess the reason platformers did so well in this era was Mario. Obviously, Super Mario 64 was like the defining platformer of that generation. And I guess you could say the defining platform of the Wii, Xbox 360, PS3 generation is Super Mario Galaxy. Super Mario 64, Super Mario Galaxy 2. I mean, while they're pretty similar to each other, they are pretty much the only platformers I can think of that have come out recently that have been any cop. Which is a shame, that really. There was a lot. I mean, Sonic keeps trying by simming his 3D form, and Sonic Generations comes out in a few months, which I'm very looking forward to. I think that's a very good try. Anyway, here actually, just a quick note. Stomp on this button and leg it up this hill, otherwise you'll miss the platform to get the one of the crystals. And grab all the crystals running up as well. As you can see there was a blue hidden one, so here this platform's coming down, jump on it, jump up, get the other crystal, jump off. But, Sonic Generations I'm really looking forward to, with the 3D and 2D gameplay. I mean, I don't mind the 3D Sonics, I thought they were good. The only thing that let them down was bad glitches and bad loading, especially Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. The loading screens, if the loading screens had been even half the time there, and installing it doesn't affect it, if they'd even been half the time, half the loading speed, that game would have been fine. There was a few glitches here or there obviously that threw you out. Why not patch them? Why not put something helping? That game could have been brilliant. Sonic Unleashed was much better, and I liked the Werehog sections. They were a nice break up to the speed sections. The speed sections were my worst sections. But you know, just people don't like 3D Sonics, and I can see where they're coming from, but I liked them. I thought the 3D Sonics were good. I did, and 2D Sonics were alright. I guess you just can't really catch the exploration they did. And Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1, which I have played, and a bit of a rehash for me. It didn't really. Yeah, it was 2D Sonic, great, but there was nothing new to it. It was old levels basically redone, which is again another thing I'm worried about for Sonic Generations. Could it just be the older levels just redone? Because they say it's classic levels now in 3D and 2D and stuff like this, and that could work brilliantly, but it could also be a tremendous letdown in terms of replayability, because I've already played them all before, over and over. So hey ho, we will see. I've gone on and on here about platformers now, without even focusing on the game. Surely you've been watching, seeing what I've done. Half the time I use this as like video blogs anyway. I'm not really even talking about the game because it can be quite straightforward. But hey ho, hey ho. But yeah, there's not enough platformers now. Basically, to sum up the last 7 minutes of the video, we did a level. Platformers aren't as good as they used to be. But anyway, onto the boss, onto the final boss. Baron Dante decides to get his bestiality fetish on and turn these 4 sheep into one giant yeti. Who knew sheep would eventually evolve into yetis? I had no idea personally. I didn't know that was the way evolution went, but guess it is. So yeah. Also, this level you'll notice you can only see in a small area around Croc. Yeah, it's not too bad this level because the light is constant. Pretty much it's a straight line, just with a few bends off it and some beautiful music. But this will become quite prominent in the third world. You will be running around a lot in the kind of dark without really knowing where you're going, except maybe a trail of crystals that you can't collect. And I'll get more into that when we get to the third level, but third world. But yeah, if you can cope with this, great. If you can cope with it maybe on the time situation, even better. Don't worry too much, you'll be fine. But platformers. Needs more platformers this day and age. Needs more platformers. Needs more. Whatever happened to Oddworld? Oddworld. Needs more Oddworld. I'm looking forward to it. I think they're remaking Stranger's Wrath for the Xbox Arcade. I bought them all on Steam. I bought the Oddbox on Steam. Great games, awesome games. Why not bring them back? Why not HD remake Abe's Odyssey, Abe's Exodus? Don't change the graphics. Well, don't change the situation, etc. Oh, be careful in this section, otherwise you'll get hit like that. You can just hold forward though and be alright. Don't change the gameplay. Don't change the 2D aspect. Just add a bit better cutscenes. Update for HD. I would pay hand over fist for that. But alas, it's all about the Call of Duty, which is shit. Yeah, I hate Call of Duty. Anyway, boss time. Basically, run as we do with any boss in Croc. Run circles around him till he does something, and then hit him with your tail. It can be quite difficult, this boss though, because as you'll see, you'll split into 2 versions. Now, these 2 versions move a bit quicker and do exactly the same thing as their daddy did. And I lose my last crystal here, which means one hit and you die, and then you start the section again with no crystals. So it can be quite evil, these later bosses. So once they do this ass stomp, they're stunned, and you can tail whip them again. They split into 2 more. Now these 2 aren't immune at any point, so just tail whip. If they're near them, just tail whip. The animation of the tail whip will protect you from a hit, and you might take them out. So even when they're rolling, just tail whip, and job done. That's another boss down. That's another world almost completed. Obviously, we've got the special world to go, but the little Yeti splits back into the 4 Yetis, which makes you wonder why didn't the 4 Yetis make a little Yeti in the beginning? I don't know. Okay, so on to the final level of the Ice World, Ice Bridge to Eternity, the second secret level. Get another jigsaw piece. Get another jigsaw piece. Probably in the last video I commented today. I'm shattered now. Render these all out. Maybe get one of them uploaded, and then this will probably be. I mean, today's the 5th of June. This will probably go up on the 7th if I upload daily. So this will go up on this will be Tuesday. You'll be watching this. Great stuff. Anyway, you want to go left first because there's a switch on both sides, but the right side is where the platforms pop up. So you want to go left first, and this setting that other switch, and this leads you to a nice little platform to get to the other platform to get to the exit. It's a shame they didn't. I wish they kind of do more with it. I wish they kind of do more with the secret worlds and the boss worlds in this game, because they feel just very quick in comparison to the other levels. You're just running through it just to fight a boss or grab a jigsaw piece. I don't see why maybe they couldn't have done something like collect a certain amount of crystals, or like some sort of in the third world you see the races, and in the third world of the secret areas you have to race a ghost. Now why couldn't that have been the entire level? Like racing the boss even, like you have to beat the boss to the area, or he gets like an additional hit, or you get some extra health or something. I don't see why they couldn't. I guess maybe it was a bit too much for this area, but you know, I like that sort of thing. But this level, like I said, it's very easy. It's all platforming. Just rushing to the end. If you run out of crystals, it's probably best to grab some more. And if you think if you're a crystal collector, then go for it. Collect as many as you can. There's a new enemy here. It's a spider. He'll twang down, and wind himself back up. I think I die here. I was gonna cut this, but I think there. Those deaths are really annoying for me because if you get caught once and you trap below something, you're dead. You can't really affect it in any way. You're not really going to get out of that situation, so you have to start the section again. But sometimes you can use the doors in Croc to a checkpoint effect. Let's say I know later on you'll come to areas where you walk in and it's not optional, but you don't really know you have to go around that area. You don't have to go through the rest of the area to get back, or you hit a door on the way. You can always jump in and then jump back and use it as a checkpoint system. Here it's really interesting, right? You can either collect the crystals or just jump down, but I jumped down from the top here and I die. It must be a too far a drop. I had no idea that you had to jump down a few platforms. I've always jumped like to the second platform before, but here I thought, fuck it, just go from the first platform. But it would seem that you have to go down to a few platforms before jumping down, otherwise you die. But anyway, that is the last jigsaw piece of this world. We are halfway. It's just because it's tallied already total. Now for the awesome music of the desert island and some really tough and long levels. Anyway, this has been Cold Sned. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the flip side.